Hello everyone, welcome to more Pro Gamer Manager. So, the last couple episodes have all been roughly the same type of topic, but I want to go ahead and start on the same discussion. That what it means to actually be a YouTube content creator. I saw a lot of discussion, specifically in the forums for this game, being a manager of a professional esports team is essentially what this game is. And just there was a lot of hate of like, you know, kids are playing games professionally now, like how is this a job? You know, why is this stuff appearing on ESPN now? I mean, if you're not aware, some Dota 2 tournaments have appeared on ESPN here in America, and possibly, well, almost certainly internationally. As I've heard, the ESPN scene on local TV is more prevalent internationally, namely in Europe and especially in South Korea, than it is here in America. But to that, I just have to say, how is it any different than kicking a ball around or throwing a ball, holding on to it for dear life, and running? Everyone's already maxed out. I guess we don't need to level up anymore. Alright. But like, how is that any different? Because, you know, and I'm talking about the two big sports right there. Football and American football. You know, think about it. With football, that was very loud. With football, you're kicking a ball around, you're running around, you're kicking a ball, and that's about it. Most of the time on the field, you will never touch the ball as a professional football player. You will never touch the ball. So what's the point, right? How is that a job? You're just standing around doing nothing for, you know, an hour and a half, and you get paid tens of thousands of dollars, or in the cases of the top flights, you get paid $500,000 per week. Per game, you get paid huge bonuses as well, just for playing. Just for standing around doing nothing. Like, how is that a job? Same with American football players. There are very few people who ever touch the ball in American football, and that's partially by the rule and partially by the fact that you just need to not touch the ball if you're like a linebacker. You know, your job is to protect the person who has the ball, not to actually have the ball yourself. This feels a little loud. Is it loud? It's not loud. No. So it's the same loudness as it's always been. Let's put it that way. You know, and some people argue, well, they're professional athletes because they train night and day. Tough, Lucas. You're not getting to practice flanking because nothing matters in this game. You know, they practice night and day. They're constantly training their body and their mind to figure out how to play at that top level, you know, be able to take on other people, and you know, they get sports related injuries and all this nonsense that completely and totally applies to esports. One of the best StarCraft 2 players of all time, I am MVP, I believe is what his name was. It's been a couple of years since I've followed the StarCraft pro gaming scene. But I am MVP. He was a fantastic player. Everyone hated to go against him. Just a phenomenal player all around. Best Terran in the world for the longest time. And then he just dropped out of the pro gaming scene entirely because he got an injury that made it so he couldn't actually play anymore. His carpal tunnel, because he was playing so much, his carpal tunnel got the best of him, and he had to quit his game. He had to quit his sport because he just couldn't go on. And that happens. It happens a lot to a lot of pro gamers. You have to manage carpal tunnel very well, and that's true for YouTubers as well. I mean, I'm playing this game, Pro Gamer Manager. It requires mouse and keyboard, right? But then we go to, say, Dark Souls. which requires joysticks. Right, it's a completely different set of muscle movements, I should say. Completely different set of muscle movements to use a controller instead of a mouse and keyboard. So, you know, as a YouTuber, I have to think about for myself, for the sake of my job, to do this, which is an awesome job, and I'm happy that it works. It's fantastic. But I have to think about what I need to do to prevent myself from getting injuries. Because, as some of you may know, I used to be on the pro gaming scene. I was semi-pro because I never actually did anything other than be a training partner for the pros in games like League of Legends and StarCraft 1. I was a training partner. I was never actually a tournament player. Well, I won one tournament. It was very small. It was an invitational for Twitch streamers, and I was a Twitch streamer at the time. But regardless, it's like my background in the esport industry is very much so. I've been in the esport industry. I've been around the. I've been around the players. I mean, I have never met a professional esport player in person. Never. But I have played against them online several times in set-up matches, for that matter. You know, you sit down and you go against some of these guys, and then it's interesting. It's very interesting to be against pro gamers because they play in a completely different way. And I'm not going to name names because I don't want to cause anyone any issues, but it was almost entirely for League of Legends because that's what I was best at, was League of Legends. I was good enough for StarCraft that people would play against me mostly just to try out new strategies, not to have any real challenge. It'd mostly just be like, hey, let's try and develop this new strategy. This guy's good enough, but is not the absolute best. And this was, again, before the establishment of major gaming houses. This was before the establishment of tight regimens and training regimens and all this. This was in the very infantile of esports is when I was involved in esports. It was really before anything was before it became more of a sport. Let's put it that way. Before esports became a sport with schedules, training, and all of that. That is when I was involved in esports, and that is really, we're gonna lose. Come on. Ah! I literally cannot have a better team. So, this is very frustrating. But yeah, this was when esports was much younger. So obviously the level that I played at back then would not, like, while that was the top flight level for League of Legends, that was like playing against the best of the best to make them better. That was in no way good enough for today. Like, I have no illusions. There's no way I would be good enough today. Well, in no small part because I have not played the game in years. I quit midway into college, I think, is when I quit. Freshman year, sophomore year, something like that. Just because I was tired of it. And I would say I was in the right, I guess the right spot at the wrong time is what I think I would say, because I was good enough, but I was not. We got some of our money back. I was not in a place where I could be easily recruited. Plus, I was trying to work on my schooling, and I doubt my parents would have had any of it. Like, my dad is not overly fond of the fact that I'm a YouTube content creator as a job. He doesn't think it's a real job. It's just the same as being a professional athlete, honestly. But my mom doesn't understand. She thinks it's cool that I'm doing something that I enjoy. And that's the full extent of it. It's like, okay. Doesn't really understand. She doesn't do much on the internet. And mind you, I'm in my early 20s. They are in their mid-50s. So, cut them some slack. They were born in the 1960s, alright? This is before the internet was really a thing. So, I mean, I cut them some slack on that front. It's like, whatever, you know, they are... I'm not going to say they're too old to understand, because plenty of older people get it. Plenty of them. And I guess I say older in my book is like twice my age. So if you're in your 50s, that is, to me, that is older. But that doesn't necessarily mean, I mean, that's effectively midlife. Let's be honest here. At this point in time, it's effectively midlife. It's not actually that old. But, wow, we are just wrecking face. Holy cow. I say that, and then we're screwed. Yeah, we're gonna lose. Dang. Hey! We didn't lose. Alright. Anyways, but I can speak from experience when I say that the training regimens that you have to go through, how much you have to play a game when you don't want to play that game as an esport person sucks. I mean, you're putting in 8, 10, 12 hours per day. Per day! 6 days a week. Okay. That could be 60 hours a week training and working your butt off to get better at a game that everyone else is also trying to do, because it has that, you know, if they can do it, I can do it too syndrome behind esports, which is fantastic for the industry. Absolutely. It's horribly untrue, but it's fantastic for the industry. Come on, really? We just need to win. Wow! We have to play again. I am sick and tired of these stupid minor league matches. We have the best team we can possibly have. I am sick and tired of these minor league matches taking forever. They shouldn't. They really shouldn't. But, whatever. But anyways, I mean, could you imagine spending 60 hours a week playing one game? And just that one game and nothing else? Trying to get better at that game, because you know that if you become the best in the world at that game, I swear if we lose in the first round, oh my god. This game needs to really get fixed. This is not right at all. This game needs to really get fixed, because this is just absurd. Like, if this happened in the majors, sure. But you gotta at least get to the majors. Can't even do that with 99s on every player. Well, then what can you do? Like, there's no way to get in there. Like, if you have the best players you can possibly have, and you still can't get out of the minors, what are you even doing? But yeah, it's rough. I'll just tell you, it's rough playing one game for 60 hours a week. Get up, you play the game, or you watch other people play the game, or you attend strategy meetings, breakdowns, analysis, you know, frame by frame. It gets really tiring really fast. But there are some people who absolutely love it, and for those people are going to be the best in the world. But yeah, I mean, if you're the best in the world, you can end up going to a tournament and pulling up a prize pool of $1 million. Like, you've got $1 million for first place, whoever finishes first place. Not a prize pool of $1 million. $1 million as a prize for first place. And, you know, I mean, that's split amongst 5 people. But even so, that's $200,000 per person. And that could happen multiple times per year. There are several tournaments per year. You know, some of the best players in the world are easily 1%ers, and that's because they're athletes. You know, and that's only prize money. Mind you, that is strictly prize money. That says nothing for their sponsorships, because their sponsorship money is huge as well. I mean, I've looked into sponsors, both in the past as an esports person and as a YouTube channel. The money is ridiculous. Like, who cares about ads? Like, get rid of ads on YouTube videos. Give me a sponsor, and then everything just goes crazy. I mean, honestly, sponsors are worth a lot of money. They're not, of course, USA. Oh, God. USA doesn't win anything. Well, this is so unrealistic. America sucks at international sports. Don't get our hopes up. America's awful at international sports. That's why we love American football, because it's the only thing we're good at. We're going to go to Brazil. Go to Brazil. Fight the Brits. Team UK. Ugh. Anyways, I didn't mean for this rant to be for the entire video. I honestly didn't. That's okay. The one last thing I do want to say about being a YouTube content creator. Come on. Now win it. Thank you. There are days, honestly, there are days when I get up and I just don't want to record whatever that game is. Like, I don't want to record that game. I have to record that game, because if I don't, there won't be an episode of it. It's just, sometimes I just don't want to record it, you know, and that's the truth. And, you know, that's part of what makes it a job. I mean, the fact of the matter is I am getting paid to do every single video. I mean, that's kind of the definition of making something professional, is that you get paid to do it. I am getting paid to make videos, namely by you guys who watch the ads, the pre-rolls and the post-roll ads. That's where I get my money from. So you guys are the ones that are paying me if you watch the ads. If you have ad block, you have no say in this channel, because you do not help at all. Actually, technically, you do help, because the views bump the videos up higher in the search ranking, and then if the videos get higher in the search ranking, then more people come and they see the channel, and it's just a process. Which is why once you get the subscribers, it's really hard to lose the subscribers, because you have videos that have views on them. Come on, Zengi. Ah! This is not a good type of frustration. Nothing in this game is a good type of frustration. We're never gonna win a major, guys, mostly because I am sick and tired of the bullshit this game provides as, like, actual content. Because it's not content, it's bullshit. But it is like a legitimate job. Being a YouTube content creator is a legitimate job. So, it's something are you kidding me? Can I flip a table right now? If they lose, do I have a table I can flip? There are no tables in the immediate vicinity that I can flip. I would like to flip a table right now. I am genuinely pissed at how all of these minor league games have gone, because this is not right. This is not right. Anyways, but it is a job being a YouTube content creator, in no small part because I get paid, but also because I'm held to a schedule. I have to do X amount of work, you know, every day. Otherwise, nothing happens. You know, no one picks up my slack. I don't have a staff. I have me. And even if I had a staff, okay, whatever. Even if I had a staff, at the end of the day, you guys are here to listen to me talk about games. Alright, well, it looks like there's one more league. Alright, one more league. But you know, anyways, it is a job. You have to sit down, you have to go to work every day. You always have to do something. I can't hire anyone new because it doesn't matter. It genuinely doesn't matter if I hire anyone new. I already have 99 on everybody. Anyways, I'm just leaving it at that because that's the truth of it. I mean, it is a job. It requires dedication. It requires training, and it requires a delicate balance so you don't get burned out. I mean, again, that's why I do stuff like switch between keyboard and mouse and to the controller as well. You can't get burned out doing something like this. Otherwise, it's gonna ruin games for you forever. But anyways, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna end it here because the timer has ended. So I'm just gonna stop talking about this because I could rant and rant and rant about this topic forever. There's so many intricacies to just being a YouTuber or being an esports player. Can't cover it all in one video, but that's alright. So, thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and I will see you guys next time with some more. Look at all that. Look at all that. I'll see you guys next time with some more Pro Gamer Manager. It's fantastic. I'm not going to call the phone. Anyways, thanks for watching, and DFTBA.